Hello, everybody out there. Gotta love that music, eh? Just gotta love it. Okay. I was working late the other day on a project, in fact last night, and all of a sudden Skype started to explode with a whole bunch of people getting on. Oh my God, John, you got to get on the air. You got to get on Skype. So I went ahead and I jumped on Skype. And there was a lady there with some information. I won't give out her name, but we're going to have her on the show here exclusively. I might also add that we're going to have a meeting tonight. Not we, but a company is going to be involved in Odessa at the Elegante Hotel at 7:30 to learn about water. Water can change your life. You know this is true because you've seen these old Western movies where you've got the cows, which are cow skulls right next to some water. Well, that's because they drank the water and they died. Well, the same thing can be happening to us. So learn why, learn how, and learn how to avoid it. That will be tonight at 7:30 at the Elegante Hotel. Now, back to my other story on Skype. Now, this was a lady that all kinds of stuff was going on, and you know, there's 15 windows open, you're trying to contact a bunch of people, and it got kind of messy. So I backed out of it a little bit, talked to a few folks later, and afterwards was given the name of the lady that everybody was all abuzz about. Well, I just got done talking with her a little bit ago, and it seems she has quite a story to tell. They have filed a lawsuit in Dade County, Florida, against Obama, David Rockefeller, Henry Kissinger, DuPont's, the pharmaceutical company Baxter, Monsanto, and many other companies, including our former President Bush. And the charge is conspiracy to commit mass murder. Now, sounds amazing, doesn't it? But she has compiled an amazing amount of information, and this is basically based on the swine flu shots. Apparently, Baxter has been running around in different parts of the world saying, we're going to give you our vaccine so you can test it on your homeless. And people have. From a number of countries have tried it, and she will give the full story. I don't know the whole story, so I'm not going to, but some countries tried it, and it killed their homeless people immediately. They gave it to babies. The babies died. And this is the same virus that they want to give everybody starting next month in Rochester, New York. Now, why is this significant? Well, for a long time we've heard, and you can pull up documentation on this on your own, but you can go to WINR, the news section, and find some links on there that may still be current. There's way too many people in the world, according to some. I disagree with this. I have read that you can put everybody in Australia, in the whole world, you can put them in Australia, everybody, and you can all have an acre of land apiece, and there would be room to spare. But some people think we're too crowded. Maybe too black, maybe too Hispanic, maybe too messy. They want to get rid of us. They fluoridated our food. Can anybody raise their hand and say, I know why they put fluoride in candy bars and baby food? Babies don't have teeth. Do you know why they put fluoride in bread? Raise your hand if you know. I would like to find out. There is absolutely no nutritional reason to have fluoride anywhere around, nor has there ever been any medical proof given that fluoride is good for your teeth. Not at all. Nothing. Well, anyway, this lady has got a lawsuit, and what's happening in Rochester, New York, coincidentally, is that there's going to be a FEMA disaster training thing going on involving foreign soldiers, whole big bunches of them, There's empty train cars all over the place. And this is at the very same time they're going to be encouraging the swine flu vaccine to be administered. Now, why doesn't she want people to get the swine flu vaccine? Well, number one, it's killing people. Number two, it's intentional. Number three, it's got a live avian virus in it. And she says they've got documentation that this is, in fact, the case. Doctor documentation, not lay documentation. But we are going to ask her a lot of questions for as long as we can and get some answers. But they're going to have this happen at the very same time that they're holding these FEMA drills. Now, the idea is this. If you go ahead and start infecting people, you will be able to spread this very rapidly. And indeed, the avian flu and all this spreads very rapidly. If you spread it rapidly enough and enough people die, there'll be a panic. More people will go to get the vaccine because they're stupid. I want to be protected from this. So they go get the vaccine. When they do, they get sick. If they don't, possibly they can get sick, or they can be real smart and take some alternative measures and never have to get the vaccine. It's not a dangerous thing to get if you know what you're doing. I guess that's the trick. You've really got to know what you're doing, and you've got to believe what you're doing. If you don't know how the human body works, then you know you're really going to be in trouble. So her idea is that they are going to have all these soldiers, all these people, everybody's going to be ready. People are going to be given the swine flu vaccine. They're going to be spreading it around like wildfire. People are going to be dying left and right. They got these train cars here with the plastic linings in them. Put the bodies in or put people in. If you don't take the swine flu, then they're going to ship you off to a camp. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? And this is not a mandatory thing at the moment. They're not doing forced vaccinations, but they're actually offering money to homeless people to take it and to young families to give it to their children. Well, all this is going to lead to something bad. And I just see it coming, because something has to happen fast. You've got Fox News now talking about Obama's birth certificates. There are town hall meetings going up in total chaos because some congressman shows up and they say, we want proof of Obama's birth certificate. Here's mine, where's his? Every soldier that he's commanding has had to offer up a birth certificate to get in, to have the right to serve. Now there's some kind of a law that's on the floor of the Senate somewhere that says, well, in the future, we want to make sure all presidents submit their birth certificate. My question is, since when haven't they been having to do that? My question is, why has Obama been exempt from that? My question is, why prior to the official election, when everybody was notified of this problem, including the entire Electoral College, Nancy Pelosi, speakers of the House, every congressman and every congresswoman and every senator and every senatorwoman was given a letter saying, please investigate Barack Obama's birth certificate, and nobody did. Why was he given a pass on this? But then again, I digress. We're back to this lady that's going to give us a lot of information. Apparently, other countries have picked up on what she's filed, and what they're doing now is they're investigating. We're talking about Poland, Hungary, Vienna. There were a couple of other countries in there that were very interested in the material, and they too are looking into what may have happened, because, you know, we have spread these vaccines in a lot of places and a lot of people have died. So it's being looked at by them. It's being looked at by the CIA. Of course, that's in this country, so probably nothing will happen. And it was filed in Dade County. Now, this lady is right now being protected by a number of Marines. That's right, Marines. Very, very odd that Marines are assigned to protect her, but apparently she needs some, and she's getting it. We will talk in depth with her tomorrow, and I invite you all to show up and listen. Well, it may not be tomorrow. We'll put on the front of winr.us, we'll put when that time will be there. And you'll be able to listen to and hear the live show.